Hello everybody, this is Kyrix, and I'm doing another Endgame review. This one's for the game that I just finished as of yesterday. Well, not finished, but finished uploading, and that would be Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. So much easier to say when I have the letters standing right there in my face. This game. I have a little history with this game, which I've gone over in the Let's Play, but let's rehash it, because I gotta fill some time. You don't want to be here for a little 2-minute video after all. Because this is kind of the summary of the entire Let's Play done after the fact. When this game was announced, naturally I was intrigued. There were two of them, because aren't there always? Red Rescue Team for the Gameboy Advance, pictured here, and Blue Rescue Team for the Nintendo DS, which I do not own, and I did not own, and I've never owned yet. I'm hoping to get one, I really am. There's a lot of games on there I want to try. I was very harsh on the DS when it was announced, saying the touchscreen's a bad idea. It's a good idea, bad in practice. But to be honest, a lot of games use one or the other. They either use the control pad or the touchscreen, and usually they're the option to use the touchscreen. So I thought it would be a major... Let's just drop it. Let's just say it didn't pan out the way I was worried it would. So I rented this game from Gamefly. I love Gamefly. A lot of the games you're going to see me Let's Play that I have physical cartridges of or discs are from Gamefly. Gamefly is going to make a lot of my Let's Plays possible. But in this particular case, we had... It was a very unique game. When you go from Pokemon to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, it's quite a step. But I was intrigued by it, and naturally I kind of cheated on the personality quiz until I got a Charmander, because you know me and my fire types. Now, as you know, in the actual Mystery Dungeon, I play a Pikachu, which... That was because I actually took the quiz twice. The first time I got a Bulbasaur, and you know I wanted Chikorita, so I had to reset. But I did these completely on the fly, completely unrehearsed, etc., and I got a Pikachu. And worked out pretty well for me, all things considered. When I first rented this, I got so caught up in the side missions that I didn't advance the plot at all, you know? I have the bad tendency to do that. That's what the Let's Plays are for. They stop me from getting caught up in these distractions. Because I gotta make a video, you know? I mean, people want to see the story. They don't want to see me grinding the same dungeon 8,000 times. But that's what I was doing, is I was doing the side missions. I was getting the items, I was building up the prestige and all that, and I stopped playing the story. And you can only grind senselessly for so long without doing the story before it stops becoming fun. And that was part of the reason. The other reason was I had another game to rent, and I was only on the 1 or 2 rental at the time. Either way, I'd hit my limit and I wanted another game, so I returned it. And I played it a few years later on emulators, and just got bored with it because I kept doing the same damn thing. I kept grinding. So I stopped at the point where I said, right about the part where you would confront Zapdos, or rather, yeah, the part where you would confront Zapdos. Because I was just so intimidated. I'm not strong enough to fight a legendary bird, etc., you know? And that turned out to be a mistake in hindsight, because right after Zapdos is where the story starts getting so good. I'm genuinely disappointed in myself, and I said this at the end of the Let's Play. I'm genuinely disappointed in myself for stopping that game and never finishing it until the Let's Play. Because it was a lot of fun, and while it did let me do the game mostly blind and give me some great reactions, I don't know if that justifies to me denying myself this game for so long. At this point, it's really not spoilers to say what happened. I loved the twist that it led you on for so long to think you were this horrible, evil person who abused your Pokemon and let it basically die for you, and ran off like a coward, you know? Only to find out that that's not what you were. You were a hero. You willingly gave up everything you were to save this Pokemon world. And it's not even established, I don't think, that this is the same Pokemon world with humans in it. This seems to be a completely independent world of humans. I mean, they know what they are, but I know what a freaking unicorn is, and I've never seen one, and no one I know has ever seen one. You know, that doesn't mean they don't have human stories. But then again, there's also the fact that that was a human's partner, so maybe they just live in a remote area. I don't know. But that twist to me was just so well done. I loved it. I really, really loved it. Now, I'm going to go on to my review, my actual numbers review. And this is where things get interesting. First off, we're going to lead off with sound, and I'm going to give the sound a 3. Not because there was anything wrong with it, but just because there's nothing I can think back. I'm sure there were a couple in the Let's Play itself. But when I think back at the music, nothing stuck out. Nothing that just pops in my head like, oh, remember this theme? No, I don't. I mean, I know I do a lot of video games, but some themes stick with you. Like, so many themes from Final Fantasy. The themes from Crusader Ascenti. Some of the musical cues from The Walking Dead. A couple of the triumphant scenes in XCOM, you know? It's just standard Pokemon fare. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really good. That's why I gave it a 3. 3 is an average. Gameplay. Oh boy, the gameplay. I'm going to give this one a 3.5 because there was a major flaw with it. A couple of them. I don't like the fact that in the game you cannot evolve until you've beaten the game. Because for me, at least, half the fun of Pokemon is the evolution, is getting that visible representation that, hey, I am so much stronger than when I started this journey. And I think the game loses a lot of that by not letting you evolve. It doesn't really hurt you, but it hurts morale to know I'm level 40 and I'm a Charmander. I should have been a Charizard by now, but I'm a freaking Charmander. I'm missing so much of my power right now because I can't evolve. So, yeah. And I completely forgot what I just rated that. I think it was a 3.5. Yeah. The other thing is the fact that, and I stress this in the next one, which you'll be seeing, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, which does it so much better, that your party is superfluous. You'll notice that most of that Let's Play, I went with just me and Chikorita. It was just us. I tried to get my Scyther Razor trained up, but she just didn't have the power. She didn't gain enough XP to level. And she fell short, and that happened with every Pokemon I tried to use. The only reason I beat the game with Absol is because he was actually a high enough level already that he didn't have to keep up with us. So they really dropped the ball on that. I mean, I give him kudos. I give him a lot of points for giving us this Mystery Dungeon format, which I love Mystery Dungeon games. I really do. I love that they took Pokemon in a new direction. I love that it was just the Pokemon. But they screwed a lot of things up. But don't worry, most of what they screwed up is fixed in later games. Let's see, graphics. Graphics, I give a 4. They're very, very cute and very Pokemon. They look pretty good for the Game Boy Advance. They're not just mind-numbingly gorgeous, but they're pretty good. I really like them. You know, you never have any issue of, oh, what's that Pokemon? You know, you can see, oh, that's a Magnemite. You know, or oh my God, that's a Steelix. Run, or an Onix. Run, and those things are freaking huge. Yeah, I don't have to tell you that. If you watch my Let's Play, those things scared the crap out of me. For 2 reasons. Number 1, they're huge. Number 2, I'm an electric type. There's not a lot I can do to an Onix. But there you have it. So yeah, gameplay got a huge dive for me. Sound was passable. Graphics were good. Difficulty. That's a bit of a toughie. I'd say a 3.5. It's not going to break you. It's not atrocious. But there are moments, depending on what your starter is and who your partner is, there are moments that'll have you tearing your hair out. And confusion can absolutely kill you. It's not a hard game, but if you're not careful, if you're not smart, if you don't prepare properly, it can really bone you. And now we get to the thing that's going to boost this rating up, and that's the story. And you don't have to have seen the Let's Play. You just in this video to know that I love this story. This story is a solid 5 from me. I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it with that story. It was an amazing story. The story is the one thing I would recommend more than anything else to you. If you don't want to play it yourself to see it, then watch the Let's Play, because you'll get the story in there. I won't gloss over it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, let's do the math and bring you the numbers. The number rating for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team is a 3.8. And I think that's a pretty fair rating. I'm going to bump that up to a 4 for my personal rating. You're going to see a lot of 4s with me, because that just means that that's something I had a lot of fun with. It's not something that's just incredible, but it's a lot of fun. I really recommend it, etc. It's partly for that I'm giving this a 4, and partly because I don't want to give it a 3.8. I want a round number, and 3 is too low, But that's my endgame wrap-up review of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. And this is another one that I really recommend. I'm probably going to recommend almost every one of my Let's Plays. Because chances are, if I finished it, I at least enjoyed it enough to finish it. So, I'm Kyrix. This is another Endgame review, and I hope I'll see you in my other videos. Bye-bye.